Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Donnie and this is my first YouTube video. So with that being said, you should most definitely show some love and some support and subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna give you a few seconds to do that. Okay, you did it? Okay, all right. So, as you can see by the title, I am going to do a story time about the time I found out I was pregnant. Let's get into the video. So, I got pregnant in January. And if you see me looking over here, I'm looking at my notes because I get off topic a lot and we don't want this to be a long video. So, I got pregnant in January. It was either January 17th or 18th. I can't remember. My baby dad, which we're gonna call him, well, I'm gonna call him his name, he was having a room party January 17th. I think he's had it the 16th, 17th, 18th. I think, I'm pretty sure. So the 17th around like 2 a.m. this man is gonna call me talking about some come outside. Mind you, it's raining and I'm not about to go outside while it's raining. Even though it was down the street, I'm still no. Like, who walks in? I'm not walking in the rain for you. I didn't go that night because number one, it's 2 a.m. It's raining. The next morning he texted me around like 7 a.m. Like, somebody gonna answer. Like, who's answering at 7 a.m.? I'm asleep. So anyways, so I didn't get back to him until like 10. I'm like, all right, I'll come over. It's still raining, but he had got me a lift that morning. So I get to the room or whatever. Tell me why he offered me pizza. And I'm fat. Well, I'm not really fat, but you know what I mean. Like, I like to eat. So I go look in that pizza box to get me a slice of pizza, thinking that I'm about to get some pizza, and there was no pizza in the box. I was so mad. Like, really? Like, why did you offer me pizza and then there's no pizza in the box? You're bum. Why would you do that? The next thing you know, we get ready to start doing the you know what. And I basically, like, I told him, like, all right, well, we're not doing it unless you have a condom. So he go in his wallet, go get a condom. To this day, he will swear up and down that the condom mysteriously broke. But I'm telling you, it's a long story, but from what I know, I feel like he poked holes in that condom. But we're gonna get all into that, why I think that. Y'all probably think I'm crazy right now, like, who would do that? But I'm telling you, just listen. So he put the condom on, we do the whatever, and then after that, now, like, I didn't pay no mind to it. I don't know why I didn't pay no mind to it. I just didn't. Like, I didn't pay attention. He pulled out, threw the condom in the trash. So then that happens, blah, 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 blah. Mind you, he did not tell me that the condom broke, nothing. I didn't find out until a week later. So a week later comes, right? His birthday didn't pass, everything. Cool. He called me. He like, are you feeling okay? I'm like, yeah. Oh, because I thought I told you, but the condom broke. I'm like, you didn't tell me that. He was like, oh yeah, I didn't. So I'm like, why didn't you tell me that? I could have got a plan B. Y'all, this is what came out this man's mouth, because I didn't want you to get a plan B. Who are you, sir, to tell me that you don't want me to get a plan B? Hey y'all, it's Donnie and baby Moo. And we're basically in the little editing sanctuary. And I forgot to add this part in here, but in this part, I forgot to say through this whole time in the beginning, when I got pregnant, when we were talking, all of that, we were not together. We were in no type of relationship. It wasn't like we were trying to get in one. It was none of that. It was basically like, I guess you could say, like, a sneaky link. So just keep that in mind. That's why I'm like, yo, who do you think you are? Huh? What's wrong with you? So I'm ripping him. We on the phone for like 2 hours and I'm ripping him. Like, I'm calling him all different types of names in the book. I cussed him out until I couldn't find no type of words else to say. So I'm supposed to get my period on February 3rd, right? I didn't get it, but I wasn't really too upset about it, because like I'm like, okay, usually it'll say that I get my period on this day, but I don't get it until the next day after. So I wasn't really tripping about it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it the next day. Next day comes, still don't get it. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give it one more day. I'm having faith in myself, like ain't no babies about to pop out right now, none of that. So y'all, it didn't come that day. So February 5th come, and mind you, I go to church, right? Didn't get my period. Now I'm like, nah, like I'm not about to be pregnant. Like, no, I'm not pregnant. So I come home, I'm on the phone with my baby dad, and he's like, oh, so what are you gonna do? I'm like, well, I'm about to go take a pregnancy test. He was like, oh, well, do you want me to come with you to go get it? I'm like, no, I'm about to go steal it from my mom. I go in there, go get a pregnancy test, go in the bathroom, I take it. Mind you, like, I'm just like the type of person, like, I'm a forgetful person. Like, so, you know, I peed on a stick or whatever. I sit it on the bathroom counter. And now I'm on my phone, I'm scrolling through TikTok, I'm scrolling Instagram. I'm still on the phone with my baby dad. So, and I go in the room, and then he's on the phone. He's like, oh, what's going on with this pregnancy test? I thought you took it. I'm like, oh. But mind you, listen, my room is like right next to the bathroom. So as soon as I heard that, like as soon as I was like, oh shoot, I forgot it in the bathroom, I didn't even look at it. Tell me why my brother goes into the bathroom. And I don't know, like he had to peep it, because I'm knocking on the door and I'm telling him like, yo, like I gotta use the bathroom. So he walks out. He was looking at me crazy like, yeah, I know, but I ain't gonna say nothing. So he looking at me like that. So technically, I didn't even find out first. My brother did. But I go in the bathroom, I look at it. My face was like this. And he's like, oh, so what happened? I'm like, it says positive. And he didn't believe me, so I had to put it in the camera. I'm like, look, positive, 2 lines, you see? And then that's when he was like, oh yeah, I knew my work. Like, yo, this man was really trying to get me pregnant. Like, why? Like, to this day, I don't know why. Like, but this man was so excited. Like, he was happy. I'm like, this ain't no celebration. What are you celebrating for? Now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna tell my mom, tell my dad, both of them, because I know I'm finna get ripped. I know I'm probably gonna get kicked out. Like, I know all of that. I go in the room and yo, it's funny now that I think about it, because I was like, you know how kids make a dumb face like they did something? That's how my face looked. So before I could even say nothing, my dad's looking at me like, what you do now? So I throw the pregnancy test on the bed, like, boom. My mom picks it up like this. What is this? I was like, Mom. I walk over there. I'm like, you see the 2 lines? And then that's when my dad was like, oh, so you're pregnant? Like, just like that. Like, he didn't like, no, he was like, so you're pregnant. And I'm like, I don't know, like, I guess. And then he was like, oh, well, you gotta get out. I'm like, my mom and my dad going back and forth, talking about something. You're not kicking her out. Yes, I am. I ain't raising no babies. Yes, you are. Like, it was just. So my mom told me that night, she was like, all right, well, in the morning, you better go to the doctor's and go get a pregnancy test, because I'm not believing this. So I go to bed, wake up early in the morning, like rise and shine early, and I walk over to the doctor's to go get a pregnancy test. And I go in there, I'm like, can I get a pregnancy test? So they was like, all right, sit down. So then before I even go in there, they're like, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 17. And then they were like, oh, okay. So then they call my name, and then I go in the back, and, you know, I did the pregnancy test, and then the guy come in, he's asking me all this question, like, when was your last period? My last period was January something. They was like, oh, have you been having, I'm like, no, nothing. And then it was like, oh, So then he turned around and he's like, oh, yep, you're pregnant. Congratulations. So I'm looking like, huh? I'm like, yeah, you're pregnant. Congratulations. You can go up to the front and get scheduled for your first doctor's appointment. I'm like, yo, like, there was no, like, I figured, like, if they would have said, like, you're pregnant, they would have been like, oh, so what do you want to do? Like, what's your option? I'm like, nah. He was like, pregnant, go up to the front. You already know. So now, y'all, I go home and I give my mom the paper and she's looking at it and she start crying. And I was so sad. Like, I was really sad. Like, I felt disappointed in myself. But then again, I was still mad at my baby dad because he's getting ready to get ripped. So my mom tells my dad, and my dad's like, so who did you get pregnant by? I'm like, man, you know the boy that I was talking to? And they were like, him? And then they were like, I was like, yeah. And then my dad automatically wanted to rip him. Eventually, my dad was like, all right, you could stay. Fast forward or 5 months later, and I'm getting ready for a baby. I am about 24 weeks. I will be 25 on Thursday. And me and my baby dad is cool now. But sometimes, like, I'm so petty. Sometimes I'll bring it up, like, you trapped me. But he really did trap me. And nobody else is going to tell me that he didn't, because he did. But it's fine now. I'm cool with it. Because after I seen my first ultrasound, I just fell in love with my baby. But I'm going to show y'all the bump or whatever in the camera, because she likes to kick. And if she's not the center of attention, she's going to kick. Like, kid you not. Like, yeah. But I'm getting so big. But that's it for this video. If you liked it, I hope you did. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be back with y'all with another video.